chose wildfires because wildfires are mostly caused in our community, and most of our community is affected by it.
And the community we chose was Big Bear, and Big Bear is a city that's in a county right next to ours. And we chose it because the woodsy area around it is really great. Wildfires are commonly caused over there, and so a lot of people have to really prepare for wildfires. And one way they do that is that they install smoke detectors, and that's a really easy way to prepare. And they install them so that they can be alerted if a fire started in their home or in case one is threatening outside. And although smoke detectors are really great at what they do currently, we think that there may be a little bit of a problem with smoke detectors because they haven't really been advanced in a few years. And the main problem we have with them is that when you have to stand on a chair to turn them off and to change the battery, and that's really unsafe.
Now you might think that falling off a chair really isn't that bad, but the National Security Council did a study, and it's the third highest cause of accidental death in the U.S. That's about 25,000 people dying in the USA per year. And when we're dealing with a smoke detector, you're risking getting hurt when you're dealing with that.
We also talked to a fire captain, and he said that about 30% of the phone calls received are calls because people call because they can't turn off their alarm, and that takes a lot of time away. And that they can actually be solving real problems.
Our solution to this problem is a box in the wall with the battery pack and a reset switch instead of being on the ceiling, so you could get it without risking getting injured, and you could change the battery without hassle or turn it off.
You could also, after the fire alarm goes off, and once you turn it off, you could clear up the smoke before you turn it back on if it's a false alarm, so that it doesn't just start beeping right after you already turned it off, which happens a lot with normal.
And all this can be done with arm's length.
And now we'll show you a little demonstration.
Oh no, I burned the pizza again.
Turn on the smoke detector!
And now we have to fan the smoke away so that we can reset the smoke detector. And now that's what will happen in a real life situation.
And now to make this, we had one of our mentors teach us how to take the battery out of the smoke detector and put it in this box right here that we made with our 3D printer. And we connected the two things with a wire so that when the smoke detector goes off, the electricity from the battery runs up to power the beeping and the light we have right here. And then when you flip the switch off, the beeping will cut off and so will the light. And then you have time to clear the smoke away before you turn it back on and reset it. So it'll be ready to help a new fire, to alert you of a new fire.
And our solution will really help our community in many ways, like by reducing the amount of times the fire department is called to turn off a fire alarm.
It would also make it easier, because like if someone gets on a chair and they fall off, and someone gets on the ladder, that's even riskier. So once it's done, like once we have that, it's easier. You can change the battery like that quick, like in less than 2 minutes.
And our solution will not only help the community we chose, it can help the communities around it. And since our solution was easy to make, it'll be easier for us to put it into effect.
Yeah, and our mentor who helped us build it, he works at Radio Shack, and he said that if we make more of these, we'd be able to actually sell them in the store. And the way we make them is we would just buy straight from the manufacturer the smoke detector, so we buy it at wholesale price, and then we would just get the pieces to make it and make the box itself with our 3D printer or with another company if we decided to make it go further. And all the pieces, and to make this, it only costs about $10, and so it'd be really easy to implement it in daily life because it would be cheaper for people to actually put in their homes. And so, yeah, if we could actually put this into effect and not just present it at Nature's Fury.
We shared our solution with the Radio Shack manager, the fire captain, and local families, and they all loved it. We hope you do too. Yeah.
So,
thank you guys.
do you have any questions for us?
Oh, we got questions.
You used the term earlier, you said, well, how do you pick this topic? You said wildfire, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wildfires. Well, see, getting a smoke detector is a way people prepare for wildfires. Because also in the Big Bear community, if you can cause a wildfire in your home, and that's why people get smoke detectors. but if there's a false alarm, they're unsafe to turn off or change the battery. So we're trying to make an improvement on a solution that's already there.
Okay, did you have more to ask?
No, I was going to say that this is the teacher that lives in Big Bear area. And I serve in Big Bear area.
I do. And I know when you were talking about false alarms, I know what you're talking about it, because if the wind's blowing, right, even if fire is in a place like Corona or a place like
That's right.
Hemet, we will still get smoke where we live, and it will set off all the fire
That's right.
smoke detectors in my house. The question I had for you guys is, what was the biggest, or the hardest part about deciding you're going to do wildfires? How did you guys come to that?
Well, at first we were going to try to do tsunamis or hurricanes, but we thought that, well, hurricanes and tsunamis don't happen where we live, so we wouldn't really feel as much of a drive to solve the problem. And so wildfires do affect in the areas we live in, and so we thought we'd have more of like a drive to solve the problem. And so that's why we chose wildfires.
Let me ask you a quick side question. Now, do you have tried to invent so that one switch for each fire alarm, or you can have one switch controlling multiple alarms?
Currently, we do have that, but like if we decided to continue this in the future, we would be able to make different ways to turn it off. Like, and in the future, we may even be able to do it with Bluetooth, so you wouldn't even have a wire. But right now, yes, it just controls one. But in the future, it would be able to control multiple ones if you wanted it to.
Where did you guys get most of your research done?
Well, I know a fire captain, and so we had him come in and talk to us about wildfires. And we went to Radio Shack because we know that they deal with a lot of do-it-yourself projects. And we met a guy there who offered to help us come build it here, and he offered to be one of our mentors. And so it was, we met the right people, and they helped us, and it was really great that we had their help.
We always ask questions from each section on here, make sure we're able to judge you guys on all the parts. Let me ask you somebody else a question. One of you guys has to step up here. Who else have you done this presentation for? Actually, in this manner, when you guys have a script, it seems like, and you go through. Who else have you talked to or given this presentation to?
We have showed it to the fire captain, and of course the Radio Shack manager, but also like we showed it to some of our families, and see if they thought it was like a good idea or like it was just like bad. So we showed it to families and the fire captain.
And what kind of, you kind of talked about the feedback a little bit. Let me get an answer from this half maybe. What's some of the feedback you got from the fire captain, families, and things like that?
They all thought it was a really good idea to have that. They've all faced that problem before with smoke detectors, whether it's been fires or just false alarms like the pizza thing. And we've also shown teachers this, and they've also said it's a good idea. And so mostly it's just the fact that it's such a hassle to stand on the chair and get up onto the fire alarm. It's easier just to flip a switch.
Well, that statistic that you presented is interesting about maybe older people seeing system climb up the stairs to try to stop the alarm.
Yeah, that's what the fire captain said. He said 30% of this calls about fires themselves are from like elderly people who can't reach the fire alarm, or they fall off if they try to, and so they spend a lot of time trying to help them. So.
But I also like your idea saying in the future you incorporate Bluetooth or technology so we can single control multiple alarms.
I think that's all the questions.
That's all the questions. Is there on the radio?
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Have fun. You still have more stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's fun.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Your local Radio Shack. You
Okay.
can remember who made that one.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye.